Arslan joined my one-to-one mentor program and he cleared PMP. Now, here is a journey that I really want to share with you guys. This journey is a journey of never giving up. This journey is a journey of that if you have set your mind, things will come. That is life. That is the part and parcel of life that things keep on coming. But if you set your mind, if you set your mind to this thing, you can finally get it. You can go for that and you can achieve it. He booked his exam in Saudi Arabia, and of course, for those who live in Saudi Arabia or who know about Saudi Arabia, you need to book at least a few days before or sometime a month before. So he said that let's book the exam, and we did it. And we worked into that. He worked really hard. I would say only in the last month or last 2 weeks, but he finally got it done. I'm proud of you, Aslan. Why don't you share your journey in your own way, please?
Thank you, Amer. Thank you for the wonderful words about PMP. I had in my mind to start the PMP, to do the PMP about 2 years before. I was struggling to find a good mentor to guide me through the process and have me achieve what I have today. Thank you, Amer, for all of this, all the support you have provided during this journey. Like you said, it was a very like a roller coaster ride, I would say. Why? Because I wanted to do it much earlier than what I have done, what we achieved yesterday. I wanted it back then in last year, but things were not working in my favor at that time, and I was not able to give full attention and focus. But yes, during the last month, on and off, I attended coaching calls and the lectures of some batches during last 2 months. And like you said, during the last 2 weeks, my particular focus was on the mocks, practice questions, and I would just like to highlight that those really helped. The practice questions, the mocks. I think what you learn by practicing on the questions and doing the root cause analysis, uh, those help you to polish your concept, and they really help you to question based, situation based questions in the exam.
Hmm. So doing the root
So
cause analysis, doing the question answer is kind of the key for you, you would say, for the exam.
I would say that, yeah, I would say that, yes, it really helped me. Like the mocks I did in last 2 weeks. After finishing the mocks, I did root cause analysis for each questions, particularly for where went wrong. Particularly on the questions where I went wrong, I particularly took out time to study those questions, to study the concept behind those questions, and to have a good learning on grip of the concept, and that helped me a lot in the final exam also.
That helped you a lot in the final exam. That is a great thing to understand. Okay, let's talk about the time management because we always had that thing. You are a kind of a busy person, so you never had a time to sit to do mocks and things like that. But you did the exam, you did everything. So what would be your point on to that? How to manage that time in the exam specifically?
Managing the time in the exam will come naturally to you if you are practicing the mocks. If you're practicing the mocks, you will understand that some questions are lengthy, some questions are like one liner, two liners, other questions are like seven, eight liners also. A very few, in my exam particularly, I got only two questions which were related to some kind of calculations. And
Hmm.
those calculations were like also like a simple maths calculation. You don't need even to touch the calculator to solve those questions.
Hmm.
So the questions come in these three categories, and then the choice of two questions are also there. So when you are doing the mocks, practicing the mocks, and you are going through all type of questions, uh, I did not find any difficulty in managing the time. In fact, I finished my exam about 7 to 8 minutes before the due time, which was including the breaks I took for 6 or 7 minutes, the two breaks after 60 question and 120 questions. So if you are practicing the mocks and one of the simulator practice on the simulator also, it will really help you during the for your time management.
Hmm. Okay, that's an important thing to understand. Okay, so let's focus on this thing. So, which area you said the formula, and you were kind of very worried about the formulas? Will I get it?
Yes, yes.
You kept on
I
saying, "No,
really
you
hate to
don't
do
need
that.
it. You don't need the form." But
Yes,
okay,
yes. You told me. I know you told me. You told me about it that
but
you only need to
you
know
guys only
CPI,
trust
SPI
me.
greater
You
than
guys
one.
only trust me when you clear your exam yourself. You don't
Yes,
trust
yes.
any other person. Okay, they have,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. Uh, which area was more dominant?
Hybrid.
Hybrid, and what else?
Uh, I would say that if I have to give percentage of all the areas, 60% hybrid questions and 25% agile questions and 15 to 20% we would say predictive questions.
Hmm. Okay, and what will be your advice to the people who are going to appear the exam in the upcoming days?
Uh, Practice questions. It is most important. Practicing questions, because what I noticed during my exam were uh, uh, actually the exam is testing your concepts. Okay, so if you are practicing the questions, your concepts will be polished because you will be implementing the concept on real situations. The practice questions will be giving you situations, and when you are putting yourself in those situations and answering, doing the eliminations of all the options given to select the correct one, that will really help you in your final exam also, because all questions are situation based. You know what? I think I got only two or three questions which were like testing your theoretical knowledge. Two or three, or maximum five questions. We were testing your theoretical knowledge. Particularly, I got, for example, this motivation theory and thing like that. Other than that, all questions are situation based.
Okay, all
That
questions.
you have to, yeah, where you have to be a project manager and making a decision.
You are making the decision. Were there any questions about tools and techniques or inputs and outputs?
I don't remember any of that. No,
Like this means no question directly asked about the direct inputs or output in the exam, right?
no, no, no.
Yeah, yeah, no question. This is the important thing I wanted to know because this tools and technique question, input, outputs, that are kind of the important thing. People are always getting confused. And my final advice that was to have a servant leadership mentality, think like a servant leader.
Important, most important, most important. Think like a servant leader. Think like you are owning the project. Think like what you would do in the best interest of the project. You are the manager.
You are the project manager, you are acting as a servant leader and working into that way. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. It has been a great journey, and now I am happy I don't have to do follow up with you. How would you say about my follow up system?
If I have to give you marks out of 10 in my follow up, I will give you 100 out of 10. 100 out of 10.
I, I,
Why? Because I'll tell you. I think my this one-to-one mentorship relationship was about 8 or 9 months. We started 8 months before, around 8 months before. At that time, we set a target that after 3 or 4 months, I was planning to give my exam in December end, but things got messed up and I could not do that, and I had to go on vacations, and after that, it was lagging back. Uh, but can you hear me, Amir?
I can. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Keep-
So yeah, so I was saying that during that time, particularly, you were the one. My office was not following up during my vacations, but you were the one following up for the PMP during my vacations also. So your follow-ups are good, and I'm not saying it is something negative, but it really helps you. You do not lose the track, or you do not lose the focus. Once you have somebody on your back pushing you to achieve your goal, it bucking you up that yes, move forward. It really helps.
it really helps, and I'm glad that it helped you in this journey because my goal with you is to make sure that you become PMP in the
I would just say one more thing I would like to add. If you would have not followed up last month like you did, I would not have done even this month.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that the follow-up added it. So now is the time to each one teach one. I'm a big believer that you need to give back to the community. You need to, and you know that nobody makes the videos as many. Today I made that tips and tricks video 4. since
Yes,
you,
for
yeah, I made the video for, I know you don't need it anymore, but yeah, I made that video, and you know that this is something that I am big believer, each one teach one is the name of the game. And I hope now you are the PMP, wherever you go, you can add value into those people life and you can help with them.
definitely, definitely.
Okay, Aslan, thank you very much.